morning, Vietnam. Here we are. It's Location Weekly, episode number 672. And yes, I'm in Ho Chi Minh City this week, formerly known as Saigon. And we are here for meetings in Asia the next 2 weeks as we meet here. And then we go to Singapore for the NRF APAC event as we get things going for the LBMA in Asia again. So yeah, it will be a little bit different episode today as we will have some conversations about retail and location-based marketing and digital technologies here in Asia and some things that are going on that maybe we don't talk about every day. So I hope you enjoy the show and I thank you for your attention. All right, here we are in Vietnam in the Bear Plus office. I'm sitting with Christian Geisendorfer, who is the founder of Use and WeBase and longtime partner in the LBMA activities here in Asia. Originally was very active in helping us with the Singapore operations, and now he's here in Vietnam. How are you doing?
Very well. Good to have you back.
Great
back in Asia and first time in Vietnam.
Yeah, great to see you again. It's been a long time. Well, I saw you in Germany recently, but that's okay. In Asia, anyways, it's good to see you. So let's have a quick conversation about things about location, retail, digital in Asia. How it's different than what we see in North America or what we see in Europe. Maybe start with your companies in Use and WeBase and kind of the role that they've played in this region.
Okay. Happy to do, and maybe sharing a bit about Use being a location-based advertising company mainly, or location-based marketing services actually. We've been covering a lot of programmatic advertising, geofence or geo-targeting over the last 14-15 years. Also helped companies with listings and citations, and I mean the whole like what Yext and Uber are doing. Nice. Basically. So we've been partnering with Uber for the region for a few years now. So that's been the Use business in the last 15 years. On the WeBase side, maybe just to add, we've been building not location relevant, but supporting companies on the CRM, marketing automation, all on HubSpot. So we're a HubSpot solutions partner and help companies in the region, Singapore, Hong Kong, as well, also back in Europe and Germany, for example, on implementing HubSpot better and leverage the HubSpot better. But there's only a small overlap between HubSpot and location. In retail, it's not that much use, I would say, or not that much use. But that's the two expertises which are here.
And what are you doing? Yeah. So since I've been here the last 2 days now, one of the services I downloaded on my phone and been using is this Grab app. For me, it appears to be quite similar to Uber in North America, where ride hailing and food ordering and delivery. But from your experience, having used both, I guess, what do you see as the differences and sort of the advantages of what Grab is doing here?
Okay, so first of all, mentioning also Grab kind of pushed Uber out. Uber nonetheless has a 30% stake in Grab. Okay. So that's how they kind of arranged here in the early days of the ride-hailing apps. What I would see biggest difference, so Grab tries to be more like a super app here, similar to what WeChat is in China, not to the full extent, but you don't have only the rides. I mean, rides also be motorbikes actually in cars here. In Vietnam specifically, and some of these other South Asian countries, also Grab being regional, so you find it not only here in Vietnam, all of Southeast Asia. Each country has slightly different services in there, so but for Vietnam, you have also then delivery services, so you can just book a express courier basically. It's almost instant. You can order not only your food, but you can do shopping in the sense of like groceries and like all kinds of shops allow their e-commerce basically through the Grab app. You have a wallet in there. For that, Grab bought a local payment wallet company. There is 30 companies in Vietnam who have a e-wallet license, so it's quite fragmented, but Grab being now one of the larger players because of that acquisition. so yeah, it's Grab's trying to put a lot of services in there. It's also vouchers and loyalty. You get a subscription for like flat fee of delivery and
Yeah.
stuff. So they are really, I would say, quite dominant player, but not the only one. So
Yeah, no, fair. And so let's talk a little bit more about the sort of the payment applications, because for me, in North America, anyways, we don't have the same density of coverage of these sort of e-commerce and mobile payment wallets and things like that. Like Alipay and these kind of things are slowly coming into North America, as you have a lot of Asian tourists coming to shop.
okay.
In the malls there, so those malls are starting to accept the payment technologies that these tourists are used to using at home. But how are you kind of seeing the evolution of payments here? I mean, QR codes and different kinds of things. Yeah.
So Vietnam has a quite low adoption of credit cards actually, compared to Singapore, for example, where you have I think almost 7 credit cards per Singaporean or per person living there. However, they implemented a couple of years ago instant bank transfers. So it's a QR code, which is slightly different from a Grab payment or e-wallet, because it's literally a bank transfer, like a wire, but it's an instant executed one.
Okay.
Which we just had lunch with a group of people, right? We split the bill. Other people just split the bill by doing this person-to-person instant bank transfer through a QR code, right? So it became a very natural habit of scanning a QR code, paying, either as a transfer or the e-wallets. Besides Grab, there's Momo, there is VPay, so there's a lot of them, but I would say there's about 3-4 dominant players, and which leads also that in retail you usually have like 4 or 5 different QR codes there, or ideally the POS systems are integrated, so they that's the latest. Even the smaller POS systems, they would show that QR code for the instant transfer either as on the digital display or they print it on the receipt. And it's not only the QR code of the bank account, it's with the amount included already, right? So you have the very seamless
Some of the
payment.
QR payment systems we're seeing in North America now also have integrated photo recognition, like from the person paying with their face. This
It's a
kind of
face,
stuff.
okay, but we don't have that here yet.
Yeah. Okay. Very good. We were also talking earlier about the out-of-home industry here. What are you seeing there in terms of innovations?
So, what's interesting fact maybe about digital out of home, because of censorship and regulation. Actually, all the digital out of homes are non-online connected.
Okay.
So they go manually with a USB stick and update. That's again comes from the government. However, there is a big development of digital out of home, not only like the elevators and the malls and all of that, but also just recently they put up at Saigon River on the other side of in the city center a big long, it's probably 200 meter long, huge 30 meter high LED display which kind of illuminates the whole riverside at night. So you see those, or like a 3D also out of home, there's a couple of them now. So those are on demand. See also a bit of like location based with then Wi-Fi connectivity along the walking street, for example, and advertising in there. But then on the other hand, since years at the airport, you see only the phone number of the service provider to book the out-of-home advertising, because the traditional non-digital ones, I wouldn't say they're dying, but it's going way less, the demand.
Good. Earlier today we were talking about the COVID situation here in Vietnam. I understand the lockdown was quite long, 7 months, 8 months.
In total, over 2 periods.
Over 2 periods. So was there any interesting sort of technology innovation that you saw came as a result of that?
Well, definitely when we talked about food ordering and Grab and so on, because it was the only way during lockdown actually to get food for many people, right? I mean, and even that didn't work from everyone. So there was, food was really like based on vouchers at some point even. people were locked down literally in their houses or apartment blocks. But the point being here that the food delivery, those who were able, they had licenses or permits that they were able to ride around. So that's one. So I think it made a big jump in terms of the usage of online, not only food delivery, but also the grocery shopping, the other shopping stuff. The population here is used to get instant delivery for, even you buy just a battery or you need something, right? You get it shipped. There's 3 major e-commerce players here in Vietnam. So in Ho Chi Minh and in Hanoi, they within an hour or 2 you get basically everything shipped, right? And I think this is a big part of that is developed out of COVID online. Well, they getting used to be almost forced to use the online shopping.
Okay, last topic. One of the things we talk about a lot at the LBMA nowadays is, augmented reality, virtual reality. Are you seeing many applications here in Asia around these kind of things? I mean, obviously we have simple things like Pokemon Go type of, applications.
And that's still big here.
But it's still big here.
Yeah. I would say in daily life, not that much. But I'm aware of a couple of B2B use cases. I mean, there's a lot of construction going on, for example. You notice that probably, right?
Yeah.
Lots of high-rise buildings. So there, in that area, there's use of augmented reality solutions. I know from China also there's a couple of players, German augmented reality solutions player, Swamini and others who, and this other player, they are big in China, for example, even with a local subsidiary and on construction sites and stuff. So that's there. In the consumer side, I don't see much of it happening.
Right. Okay. Good. Next week, we will be in Singapore. You will be there with myself and Karsten, and we are there for the National Retail Federation event that's happening in Singapore. We're also having an LBMA meetup event there on the evening of June the 10th. So for our listeners and viewers out there, if you are in Singapore next week, please come and join us on the evening of June 10th. Just go to thelbma.org and click on events, and you can see the information there to register for the event. It's a free event, so we would love to have you there. As you think about going there, is there anything you're excited about, looking forward to?
Well, for me, it's a great opportunity to reconnect with people in the location space. Singapore being the hub of the region, I think it's that's the exciting part. Probably see also at the NRF show a few innovative solutions which are not here yet, but I see this as a two-way exchange. Things which are happening here, we talked about the mobile payments and stuff, right? It's so in the DNA of the people. Yeah. It's like, maybe let me draw that comparison. And I think in Europe and the US, we jumped quite late from desktop and laptops to mobile smartphones. Yeah. Here in the region, still holds true that the majority of people get the first contact to the internet on a mobile, on the Facebook app, or nowadays on Instagram and Snapchat, and Snapchat not that much, but TikTok a lot, right? But drawing the comparison also to now QR code payments, right? So they jump from no credit card straight into the QR code payments here. So I would hope that part of that swaps back to the European and the North American world as well.
The model, I think that's the thing with these kind of countries, right? You have this ability to always jump and leapfrog,
Exactly.
because you don't have to be with the legacy technology, right?
Exactly.
Around that, so super interesting. Okay, well, thank you so much for taking some time. Great to see you again.
Thanks, Asif.
And again,
mentioning also here Bear Plus, maybe where we're here at the Bear Plus office together with VBase. So there's great talent in this region. That's what I'm trying to say with this. The guys here, amazing UI UX design team, international award-winning team. So there's a lot of good stuff happening here in the region, and looking forward to bring this to Singapore and also to the rest of the LBM audience. So thanks, Asi, for
Thank
having
you.
me.
Yeah, thank you again. All right.